RPM is a particular package management format in which we bundle up all the files that comprise a piece of software. This was originally developed by Red Hat and remains a standard in many Linux distributions to this day. The RPM approach makes it easy to manage all the files that come together to make a software package. The benefit of using this method of an RPM software package is that it easily allows system administrators to track all the files and changes throughout the environment that a particular software installation provided. Along with the software itself, RPM is companioned with a database that tracks each of these changes and files. There's 4 main pieces to an RPM package name. Let's take a look at that. The first bit is the name of the software package itself. We separate each of these fields with a dash, and the second field is the version of that piece of software. The third field is the release of the particular software package, followed by the architecture that it's intended to be installed on. We end each software package with the extension .rpm. This denotes that it's a Red Hat Package Manager specific file. The name for a package is one or more words that describe its particular contents. The next field, the version, tells us the iterated version number from the original software. Next is the release or release number of the package itself based on that version. Each version of a piece of software may have multiple releases. The last field is the architecture. This is the CPU architecture that the package is intended to be installed upon. Sometimes we have packages that have the nomenclature no arch, meaning that it is not architecture specific and could work on any of a number of architectures. It'll be important to make sure that you grab packages that have the proper architecture or a no-arch declaration for the system you wish to run them on. Software packages themselves are collected into what are known as repositories. These are available to you from many providers throughout the world as sources from which you can obtain the software packages. When it comes time to install a piece of software, you'll need to know about repositories so that you can retrieve the packages you wish to install. Each RPM package will be made up of 3 main components. The first are the files that are installed by the package. This is obviously necessary for any piece of given software. Next is any information about the package. We'll call this metadata. This is name, version, release, and so on and so forth, details about the particular piece of software. Helpful descriptions of its purpose and intention, as well as any other required packages to make it perform successfully, would also be contained. In the open source world, we learned that there are many different licenses that we can create our software packages under, and it will include the license information for the specific package. Another helpful aspect contained within is the changelog, or the various changes to the software throughout all of its version history. It can also include any other relevant information the software creator deemed worthy of including. This could be further instructions about how to utilize the software or other helpful information about where you can go to for community assistance or even the code base. The next piece is any scripts that'll run when the package is installed, updated, removed, or executed. This is so that the software can properly perform in your environment, but also be managed through its life cycle from installation to removal. While not enforced, software can also be signed with what is known as a GPG key. As a creator, Red Hat itself has a specific digitally signed key that we sign all of our Red Hat packages with. This allows you to verify the contents of the package that have come from a specific owner of the content. If you choose to enforce these signatures, you'll either need to verify that the package comes from one of your signed providers, or the package will not be able to be installed on your system. This is a safety measure to make sure you're getting the software you wish to run in your environment from sources you've decided to trust. Once we install software, the next piece of its life cycle is to update software. RPM packages are created in order to provide this particular path forward with software you've already installed previously. When we do this, RPM allows an easy way to track the process. In general, the steps are to remove the older version of the software, install the new version of the software, and keep track of all the changes that have occurred throughout this process. Since we're moving from installed software versions to just their newer version, we'd also want to make sure that any data we've created with that piece of software is preserved between versions. The scripting to provide this particular process is usually contained within the updated environment's packages.